I hadn't seen Daniel in almost 2 years. Not since that cold Thursday night outside my apartment on Roscoe Street, when he stood there, shifting from foot to foot, not meeting my eyes, and finally said,
"I need time to figure things out."
I asked him, "Figure out what?" He didn't answer. He just kissed my forehead, whispered,
"I'm sorry,"
and walked away, taking my heart with him into the night. For a long time after that, I kept replaying that scene in my mind, wondering if I had said something wrong, if I'd loved him too hard, if I made it too easy to leave. Time moved on. I tried to heal. New routines, new hobbies, new people. But nothing ever felt quite right. Nothing ever felt quite like him. So when I got a text from Daniel last week, out of nowhere, I froze. It was 9:17 p.m. on a Tuesday. I was in bed, watching The Office reruns, when my phone buzzed.
"Hey, I know this is weird, but can I ask a huge favor? I need you to pretend we're dating. Just for one night. I'll explain."
I stared at the screen for a long time. Then I laughed out loud. A sad, surprised laugh. Was he serious? After 2 years of silence, he wanted to pretend date? I should have said no. I wanted to say no. But curiosity has a funny way of winning. We met the next evening at a cafe on Belmont Avenue, our old spot. He walked in wearing that gray sweater I always teased him about. The one he said made him look trustworthy and employable. He looked exactly the same. Messy brown hair. Soft brown eyes. That familiar nervous half smile. And my heart, traitor that it is, recognized him instantly. I sipped my chai latte while he explained. He'd been interviewing for this senior strategist role at Brackner & Flint, a top-tier branding firm in the Loop. Big job. Big paycheck. Big pressure. They were known for being traditional, in a very specific kind of way. The final step of the interview process was a private dinner with the founder and his wife. Not just to talk skills or goals, but to get a feel for the candidate's life. Apparently, being in a stable relationship was a big green flag in their book. It made you look grounded, reliable, safe. And he didn't want to fake it with a stranger. So, he thought of me.
"Because you're the only person I could trust to pull this off,"
he said. Then he added, quickly,
"And because you're the only one I wish it had been real with."
I didn't answer right away. I just looked at him, all the old memories swimming up like fog on glass. Our Sunday mornings. Our dumb jokes. Our fight in the rain. His hand in mine. I should have walked away. But instead, I said, "Okay, I'll do it." We spent the next 2 days building the story. How we met, casually, at a friend's rooftop barbecue. How we bonded over a mutual love of pad thai, bad puns, and Fleetwood Mac. How we were planning a weekend trip to Nashville in November. We gave ourselves a dog. Named her Olive. The more we added, the more real it began to feel. Too real. Dinner night came quickly. It was a Friday, golden hour bleeding over the Chicago skyline. We arrived at Valette, a glass-paneled fine dining spot on the 52nd floor of a downtown tower. I was in a burgundy dress I hadn't worn since a wedding the year before. He looked polished, anxious, but charming. His boss, Greg, and his wife, Laura, were already seated. They stood when we approached. They were warm, effortless. The kind of people who made you feel like you belonged, even if you didn't. And for the next 2 hours, Daniel and I played our parts. We laughed at each other's stories. Finished each other's fake anecdotes. He reached for my hand when I described the camping trip we never finished because it rained. We were lying, but somehow, it didn't feel like it. Then Daniel said something that knocked the air out of me. Laura had asked, half-jokingly, "What's her biggest flaw?" Daniel smiled, not in a teasing way, and said,
"She always cries at the sad parts of movies. Even commercials. But she also never misses someone else's pain. That's what I love about her. She feels everything."
I blinked. That wasn't in the script. Later, when I excused myself to the bathroom, I stood in front of the mirror, trying to steady my breath. Why did it still hurt? Why did I want it to be real again? After dinner, we walked a few blocks through the quiet streets. Leaves skittered on the pavement. The wind was crisp. I was about to say goodbye, to end the night cleanly, when he stopped walking. He looked at me, eyes uncertain.
I didn't just message you because I needed a fake date,
He said. I turned slowly.
I've been thinking about you. Every day. I messed up. I thought space would give me clarity, but it just made me realize how much I lost. I still love you.
I froze. I wanted to scream, to kiss him, to cry. Instead, I whispered, "You broke me once. Do you know what that felt like?" He nodded, stepping closer.
I know, and I'm not asking for everything. I'm just asking for the chance to try again.
I stared at him, really stared. At the boy who once forgot our anniversary. At the man who just remembered how I cry at dog movies. And for the first time in 2 years, I let my heart speak. I never stopped loving you either. He got the job. And no, we didn't stop pretending. We just stopped calling it pretend. Now, when he holds my hand at brunch, or kisses my forehead at the train station, there's no audience. No lines to memorize. Just us. No script. Because this time, it's real.